You have felt it the way others seem to gravitate toward you, the way your presence seems to light up a room. You may have wondered at times why people are drawn to you, why your energy feels different, or why your light feels unmistakable. What you may not have realized is that the glow others see on your face is not merely a product of good lighting or external factors. It's a sign of divine presence. It's God's favor, His essence shining through you. The glow you carry is spiritual in nature, and it speaks volumes about the divine purpose you hold within. This divine glow is not something you have to work to attain. It isn't a matter of trying to impress others or gain their validation. It is the light of your spirit, your connection with God that others can sense, even if they don't understand it. It's your divine calling shining through. When you step into the world, your presence speaks to something much larger than you. God in His wisdom knows when you're ready to step into the fullness of your calling, and He will bring you into the spotlight at the appointed time. The glow that others see in you will not be a sudden outpouring of energy, but the culmination of your faithfulness, your patience, and your unwavering trust in His timing. It's important to understand the true purpose of divine favor. God's favor is never about personal ego or seeking admiration. When others are drawn to you, it is not for your own glory, but to point them back to the source of your radiance, God. The favor you experience is a sign that God is at work in you, through you, and for you. His favor is meant to reflect His goodness and power, not to inflate your own image. The attention and recognition that you receive are not for you to claim for yourself, but to serve as a testimony of God's work in your life. Just as Moses' radiance pointed back to the glory of God, your spiritual glow serves to point others to the greatness of the Creator. When people see the change in you, when they notice the peace you carry, the joy that radiates from you, they are not meant to worship you. They are meant to recognize the presence of God in your life, and through that recognition, they are invited into their own journey with Him. God's favor is meant to bring glory to His name. Your life, your transformation, your success, it all points to Him. The blessings you receive, the doors that open, and the favor that surrounds you are a result of God's love for you, and they are meant to be shared with others as a testimony of His goodness. When others see the way you walk in favor, they should be drawn to seek the source of that favor, God Himself. Divine favor isn't just about receiving blessings. It's also about being a blessing to others. As you receive favor, you are called to share it, not to hoard it. Your purpose in walking in God's favor is to serve others, to help lift them up, and to show them the love and goodness of God through your life. This doesn't mean that you need to seek constant validation from others or try to prove your worth. It means that your life should be a reflection of God's glory and love, and through that, others will be drawn to Him. The favor you receive from God is designed to elevate you so that you can elevate others. It's about making an impact in the world, being a light in the darkness, and showing others the way to God's heart. As you walk in alignment with His purpose, the divine favor on your life becomes a tool for His kingdom. This is why the season of hiddenness and preparation is so important. You needed that time to mature spiritually and emotionally so that when the favor arrives, you can handle it with humility and grace, using it to serve others rather than seeking your own gain. In the same way that Moses' radiance served as a testament to God's presence, your divine glow is a reflection of your purpose and calling. You are not just walking this earth aimlessly. God has a specific purpose for you, and His favor is evidence of that. You are being called to walk boldly in the light He has placed upon you, knowing that your life is a testimony of His greatness. The listener's presence alone carries an undeniable spiritual weight. There is a unique authority that radiates from those who walk closely with God, an authority that doesn't require the need for constant words or grand gestures. This is not a matter of personality or appearance. It is a reflection of the anointing and divine favor that the listener carries. This spiritual presence doesn't demand attention, but rather commands respect simply through being. When someone with spiritual authority enters a room, it is immediately felt by others. It's as if the air shifts, and people instinctively sense a higher presence in their midst. This is the manifestation of divine power within an individual, a power that doesn't need to prove itself because it is recognized in the Spirit. The listener has tapped into a divine connection that speaks louder than any words could. Their actions, their mannerisms, their silence, all carry a weight that others are drawn to. Even when they aren't saying anything, their presence is speaking volumes to the atmosphere around them. This is not arrogance or pride, but the humbling power of the Holy Spirit working in them. It is a quiet authority that moves hearts, shifts atmospheres, and commands change without any outward exertion. David's hidden season was essential for preparing him for the public recognition and responsibility that would later come. God worked within him during that time, training him, refining him, and building his character so that when the time came, he would be able to carry the weight of the calling on his life. The same applies to the listener. Even though their spiritual authority may not yet be fully recognized by the world, God is working quietly behind the scenes. The divine favor that the listener carries is unmistakable in heaven, and God is preparing them for the public revelation of that authority. The listener's time of preparation may feel hidden or even overlooked, but it is in this period of obscurity that God is laying the groundwork for something extraordinary. Just as David went from being a shepherd to becoming the king of Israel, the listener's unseen season is a time for God to build the necessary foundation. The quiet authority they carry is being strengthened. And just as David's anointing was a sign of his future greatness, the listener's spiritual authority is evidence of what God is doing in their life. Their time will come to step into the spotlight, but it is the time spent in preparation, often unnoticed by others, that will enable them to handle the responsibility with grace and wisdom. When the listener enters a room, it is not only their actions or words that speak volumes, but their presence. The peace they carry exudes a power that commands attention in the best possible way. Proverbs 17:27 says, "The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered." The listener's peace and ability to remain still in the midst of chaos is not a sign of weakness, but of great spiritual maturity. This peace is a fruit of the Holy Spirit, showing the listener's growth in their walk with God. The listener's calmness in moments of stress or tension is a clear indication of their spiritual maturity. While others may react emotionally or get caught up in the chaos of life, the listener remains unshaken, grounded in their relationship with God. This peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of trust in God's sovereignty over every situation. It's the confidence that even in the midst of uncertainty, God's plans will prevail. When others witness this calmness, they are not only reassured by it, but are also drawn to it. The listener's presence becomes a stabilizing force, helping others navigate their own struggles. The strength that comes from inner peace provides others with a model of how to handle adversity with grace. This kind of peace doesn't demand to be seen or heard, it simply exists, and in that quiet existence, it becomes one of the most powerful forces in the room. The listener's ability to remain at peace in the midst of storms is a testimony to their spiritual growth. It is a reflection of God's work within them, shaping them into someone who can influence their environment and those around them. This peace is a divine power, one that transforms situations and brings clarity to the most chaotic circumstances. It is the kind of peace that others may not fully understand, but it is the peace that passes all understanding, as described in Philippians 4:7. In conclusion, the listener's spiritual authority is not derived from loud proclamations or overt actions, but from their quiet, humble presence. Like Moses and David, they are marked by God for greatness, even when the world may not yet recognize it. Their peace, their calmness, and their ability to remain unshaken in times of trial are not signs of passivity, but of divine power and spiritual maturity. As they continue to walk in alignment with God's will, their spiritual authority will continue to grow, and the world will soon recognize the power that resides within them. In life, there are seasons of quietness that may feel frustrating and even isolating. These seasons often feel like stagnation, like nothing is happening and no progress is being made. But the truth is, these moments of stillness are not wasted. They are part of divine preparation. God in His wisdom operates outside the limitations of human time. While we may be eager to see results and move forward, God works according to divine alignment, and His timing is perfect. The stillness in your life right now is not a punishment. It's preparation. God is aligning you with the opportunities, challenges, and blessings that are designed specifically for your future. There is a hidden sacred work being done behind the scenes. It's God's presence in you that others subconsciously recognize. You may not always see it yourself, but others feel it, and it leaves an impact. People have always been drawn to light just as moths are to flames. So are human hearts and minds drawn to the divine light that radiates through you. That glow isn't accidental, it's purposeful. It's a reflection of your connection to something greater, something eternal, and it is meant to draw others in, to help guide them toward God's truth and love. In a world that often prioritizes hustle, performance, and constant striving, it's important to take a step back and rest. I invite you now to take a deep breath. This moment isn't about proving anything to anyone. You don't have to strive to be seen or appreciated. You are already seen by God, and His love and favor are upon you whether or not the world recognizes it. God sees you in your quiet moments, in your exhaustion, and in your silence. Just as the seed takes time to grow under the soil, so too are you being prepared for something that will require maturity, strength, and wisdom. What feels like delay is actually the work of God positioning you for the next level of your life and purpose. Embrace this season of stillness and trust in God's divine timing. It is during these moments of quiet that God is molding you, refining your character, and building the foundation for your next great leap. To understand the significance of stillness and preparation, we can look to the story of Esther. Esther's journey serves as a powerful example of divine timing, obedience, and preparation. Before Esther was called to step into her purpose, she spent years in relative obscurity, living a quiet life in the king's palace. She wasn't initially aware that her life would one day impact an entire nation, yet God was preparing her during that time. In the book of Esther, she faced a momentous opportunity that came after a long season of hidden preparation. Esther was chosen not because she was the most beautiful or the most powerful, but because she had been refined in a time of quiet. Her stillness in the palace, her obedience to God's will, and her patience were critical to her eventual promotion. When the time came for her to speak up and risk her life for the deliverance of her people, she knew what she had to do, and she did it with divine courage. Like Esther, your current season of silence and stillness is preparing you for your moment of divine impact. You may not see it now, but the time for you to step into your purpose is approaching. When the appointed time comes, you will rise with clarity, strength, and boldness, just as Esther did. You will understand your role in God's divine plan, and you will step into it confidently, knowing that your time of preparation has shaped you into the person who can carry the weight of your calling. In this season of waiting and preparation, it's important to remember that God calls us to obedience, not performance. Too often, we get caught up in striving for recognition or success, thinking that our value comes from what we achieve or how others perceive us. But God's economy works differently. In His eyes, our value comes from our obedience and trust in Him, not from how many accolades we collect or how many people notice us. Obedience is the key to God's blessing. When we live obediently to God's voice, following His instructions and trusting His timing, we open the door to divine promotion. Obedience is about aligning our will with His, trusting that His plan is far greater than our own understanding. It's about surrendering our desires and preferences and choosing to follow God's lead even when we don't see the full picture. God is not looking for perfect performance. He's not concerned with how impressive we appear or how much we achieve in the world's eyes. What He values is a heart of obedience, a heart that is willing to surrender to His purpose no matter the cost. In the story of Esther, her willingness to act according to God's will, even when it meant risking her life, was what led to her elevation. Her obedience, rather than her performance, set her apart and enabled her to fulfill her purpose. As the chosen one, you are being called to live in obedience, not in the pursuit of recognition or success. You may not always see the fruits of your labor immediately, but God is at work in the unseen, and your faithfulness is speaking volumes. Just like Esther, your obedience is a witness to God's power and faithfulness, and it is what will ultimately lead to divine promotion. In your current season, God is preparing you for the next chapter in your life. While you may not see the immediate results of your efforts, trust that your faithfulness is laying the foundation for something great. You are being shaped, refined, and equipped for the role God has set before you. Just like the seed planted in the soil, your roots are growing deep, even when it seems like nothing is happening above the surface. God's promotion doesn't always come quickly or in the way we expect. Sometimes it comes after a long season of waiting, serving, and trusting. But when it comes, it will be powerful and purposeful. Just like Esther, you will be ready to step into your calling at the appointed time, equipped with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. Your faithfulness in this season of stillness, silence, and preparation will serve as a testimony of God's goodness and faithfulness. Your obedience, even when no one is watching, is shaping you into the person who can carry the weight of divine promotion. God sees your efforts, and He is pleased with your obedience. In conclusion, this season of stillness and preparation is not one of wasted time. It is a time for divine alignment, purification, and strengthening. Just as God used Esther's hidden season to prepare her for her divine calling, He is using this time to prepare you for something greater. Trust in God's timing. Embrace the lessons of silence, and remember that your obedience will lead to divine promotion. As you continue to walk in obedience, God will reveal your purpose, and when the time comes, you will step into it with confidence and grace. As you stand at the crossroads of your divine journey, it's important to recognize that your life is not merely a collection of moments or random events. It is a living testimony to God's redemptive power. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every victory you experience is a reflection of God's mercy, grace, and sovereign plan unfolding in real time. It's easy to think that your worth or purpose is defined by your achievements, fame, or public recognition. However, the truth is, your worth is not tied to external performance or how others perceive you. Your presence, your very being, is a reflection of God's love and glory. You don't need to chase validation from the world because you have already been validated by the Creator of the universe. The work that God is doing through you is powerful because it's not about you at all. It's about His glory. Through every trial and triumph, God is refining you to be a living testament of His greatness. Your life speaks volumes to those around you, not in loud proclamations or grand gestures, but in quiet faith, steadfastness, and the way you handle adversity. You may not always see the impact you're having, but rest assured, your actions, your integrity, and the grace you walk in are bearing witness to God's transformative power. Every person you encounter is impacted by your presence, and that presence is a reflection of God's redemptive love in action. You are not just living for yourself. Your life is meant to inspire others to help guide them toward the same grace that has touched your heart. Your journey is a living, breathing example of what God can do when we surrender to His will. You are His masterpiece, and as you continue to walk in faith, others will see His light shining through you. As the chosen one, you are not being promoted for fame, recognition, or worldly success. Your purpose is not to be celebrated in the way that the world measures success, but to serve and bring light wherever you go. Your promotion is for the sake of divine purpose. Your life is meant to reflect God's love, share His truth, and serve others in a way that points people back to Him. When you are walking in divine purpose, it's not about your personal glory. It's about how your life aligns with God's plan for the world. You are meant to be a vessel through which God's love and power flow into the lives of others. You are being prepared to serve in ways that will bring hope, healing, and transformation. Every opportunity that comes your way is part of this divine plan, whether it's a new job, relationship, or calling. The light that you carry within you is not a light that you've generated on your own. It is a light that has been placed within you by God. And as you step into your purpose, that light will grow brighter. Your life will become a beacon, guiding others toward the truth, hope, and salvation that you found in Christ. As you walk in alignment with God's plan, you'll see how He is shaping you for what's to come, whether it's leading others, speaking into their lives, or simply being a living example of what it means to walk in His love. The path ahead may not always be easy, but it will be purposeful. You will face challenges and obstacles, but you are being prepared for those moments. You are being shaped into the person who can carry out the divine purpose God has placed on your life. The light that shines within you is a reflection of God's timing and perfect plan. And as you continue to walk in obedience and faith, your purpose will unfold before you step by step. One of the most important aspects of your journey is the role of divine timing and alignment. God's timing is perfect, and everything in your life, every moment of preparation, is leading you to where you are meant to be. You don't need to perform or put on a facade. Your worth is not tied to the approval of others, nor is it rooted in how much you achieve or how much you give. It's found in your connection to God and the unique purpose He has given you. You are loved and valued just as you are, with no need for validation from the world. The divine glow you radiate is a reflection of God's favor on your life. It is a sign that you are walking in alignment with His will, fulfilling the purpose He has set before you. You may not always see the magnitude of your impact, but the light you carry is transformative. You don't have to chase after recognition, because your purpose is not about being seen by human eyes. It's about fulfilling God's will, and His recognition is the only one that truly matters. God's favor in your life doesn't depend on how many people notice your glow or how many accolades you receive. The world's recognition is fleeting, but God's favor is eternal. You may not understand everything right now, and there may be moments when you feel unsure of what's to come, but trust that God is aligning everything in your life with His perfect will. Just as a puzzle comes together piece by piece, so too is your life being pieced together by God. Every experience, every person you encounter, and every step you take is part of His grand design. The challenges you face are not random, but they are divinely appointed, meant to shape and refine you for the purpose ahead. Aligning with God's timing means trusting in His sovereignty and letting go of the need for control. It means surrendering your plans and desires to Him and trusting that He knows what's best. As you walk in alignment with God's purpose, you will begin to see how the pieces of your life come together in ways you never expected. The things you thought were setbacks or detours are actually part of God's plan to elevate you to where He wants you to be. You are not an accident. You are not a bystander in your own life. You have been chosen for a divine purpose, and as you continue to walk in God's plan, you will experience breakthroughs, opportunities, and blessings that align with your calling. Your role in God's plan is unique to you, and no one else can fulfill it. Your obedience, your faith, and your willingness to step into your purpose are what will open doors for you and others. It's important to remember that your purpose is not just about you. It's about how you can serve others and make a difference in the world. Your life has a ripple effect, and as you walk in divine purpose, you will influence those around you in ways you may never fully understand. People will see the light in you, and they will be drawn to it just as others were drawn to Jesus. Your life will become a reflection of His love, grace, and truth, and through your actions, others will experience the love of Christ. As you continue to walk in divine purpose, remember that you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, protecting you, and empowering you to fulfill the calling He has placed on your life. Trust in His timing, align yourself with His plan, and continue to walk in faith, knowing that everything is working together for your good and His glory. Your journey is just beginning, and the future is filled with promise. Keep your eyes on God, trust in His perfect plan, and embrace the purpose He has for you. You are walking in His divine favor, and as you continue to step forward, you will experience His blessings, guidance, and love in ways you never imagined. Your purpose is unfolding, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. He has chosen you to carry His light, and that light shines brightest when you rest in His love and trust in His timing. When you stop striving for external approval and instead allow yourself to be still and trust in God's guidance, that divine glow becomes even stronger. Everything about your being, the way you carry yourself, the way people are drawn to you, and the light you emanate reflects God's purpose in your life. Your purpose is not about what you can do or what you can accomplish, but about who you are in God. You are His vessel, His instrument for His glory. Your purpose is far beyond what you may see on the surface. It's deeply spiritual, and it goes beyond the material world. God is not asking you to perform to be seen or to do anything to earn His love or favor. His purpose for you is already established. You have been chosen and placed in this world for a reason. His light within you will guide you on this path. Everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already within you. It is in your divine connection to God that the fullness of who you are will come forth. In this busy world, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that we need to work constantly or prove ourselves to others. But the truth is, God's favor is not something we need to chase. It is already ours. Rest is a vital part of aligning with God's timing and purpose. Rest isn't just about physical rest. It's about spiritual rest, trusting that God has everything under control. The moments of silence and stillness allow us to reflect and reconnect with our inner selves, align with God's voice, and let go of the distractions and pressures that keep us from fully embracing our divine purpose. The invitation to rest is not a call to disengage from life or responsibilities, but a call to trust that God's will is unfolding at the perfect time. It's an invitation to step back from striving to surrender the need to control everything, and to rest in the assurance that God is always working on your behalf. In the stillness, you can experience the depth of God's love for you. In the quiet, you can hear His voice guiding you, strengthening you, and assuring you that you are never alone. God's love is the source of your divine glow. It's in His love that your purpose is formed, and it is in His love that your spiritual journey unfolds. When you rest in God's love, you are allowing His peace to fill every part of you. You are allowing His strength to carry you through difficult moments. And when you trust in God's plan, you are giving Him the space to work through you and align your life with His perfect purpose. Now, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on how you have been striving for recognition, approval, or success. Ask yourself, how can you embrace the divine love that is already surrounding you? How can you step into the stillness and trust that everything is unfolding as it should? Remember that you don't need to chase after anything. You are already chosen, and the light you carry is already illuminating the path ahead. Take a deep breath and rest in God's favor. Trust that His timing is perfect and that everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already within you. Let this be a time of reconnection, rest, and divine alignment. Trust in God's plan and allow your divine glow to shine even brighter. In Exodus 34:29, we see a powerful image of Moses returning from Mount Sinai with his face radiant, shining with the glory of God. This radiance wasn't a result of any physical beauty. It was a manifestation of Moses' time spent in the presence of the Almighty. It was a spiritual glow, a visible symbol of communion with God. Similarly, the glow others see in you, chosen one, is not a mere external effect, but a reflection of the deep connection you have with God. It's a spiritual recognition that marks you as someone set apart for divine purposes. This glow signifies that you've entered into communion with the Creator, that your relationship with Him has been deepened, and that His presence is working through you. Just as Moses was changed by his encounter with God, so too have you been transformed by your relationship with the divine. The attention you receive, the way people are drawn to you, is not because of superficial charm or outward appearance. Rather, it is a divine sign of your spiritual alignment and God's favor. The light people see in you is not from you alone, but from God working through you. There may have been seasons in your life when you felt overlooked, hidden, or misunderstood. You may have questioned why things didn't seem to be happening for you, or why others didn't recognize the work being done in your life. But in these hidden seasons, God was preparing you. Much like how He concealed Moses for a time before revealing him to the people, your season of being hidden was a time of divine preparation. God was strengthening you, refining your character, and building your spiritual foundation for the work He had planned for you. In these quiet seasons, you were being shaped and molded and aligned for something greater. The hiddenness was not a form of rejection. It was a divine strategy for your growth. God often allows His chosen ones to go through these periods of obscurity to prepare them for the purpose ahead. It's in these times that your faith is tested, your endurance is built, and your spiritual maturity is developed.